These are the 10 most expensive pets that only millionaires can acquire. From a thoroughbred horse bought by the oil sheikhs of Dubai for over $100 million, to an exorbitantly priced cat that only the world's highest paid players and the kings of Mongolia were able to acquire. Welcome to the Billionaires Club. This is the Millionaires Store, the only channel in the world that inspires you to achieve wealth. There is a belief that if you like this video and subscribe to this channel, you will have more luck in life. We start with the Arabian Sheikh's thoroughbred horse. These horses are very expensive, as they are bred specifically for competitions. They possess a genetic makeup for speed, endurance, and agility. In addition, their gait is known as an elegant stride and is highly valued by horse connoisseurs. They are selected based on an exclusive pedigree, ensuring that their ancestors are champions. Some of the factors that influence their prices include descending from a Kentucky Derby or Breeders' Cup winner, which raises the price in addition to their performance in juvenile competitions. As if a horse shows potential from a young age, its value increases considerably in the market. Furthermore, these horses are not kept in just any stable, requiring luxurious facilities and specialized trainers. Most likely, this animal eats better than your whole family, as its diet is of high quality. The feeding costs $50,000 per year, including imported hay, high-quality feed, and special supplements. A luxury stable can cost $1 million, with advanced technology that automatically monitors the temperature at the horse's meal times, ensures it has molasses and water. In addition to personal trainers who make it swim in pools, costing $5,000 per month, there are also veterinarians and physiotherapists, totaling $15,000 per year. And when this horse needs to attend important competitions or be transported to distant places, its travel is done by a private plane, with a cost of $200,000 per trip. Imagine the importance it is for its owners, such as the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who owns the Godolphin stable, one of the most prestigious in the world. Mike Tyson even invested in racehorses as part of his luxury dynasty, and Madonna had a stud farm in London, which could be valued at a price of $5 million each. Moving on to the world's most expensive dog, a Tibetan Mastiff, which, guess what, cost over $2 million. But why are they so expensive? This is one of the oldest and rarest breeds in the world. In China, it is considered a symbol of status and power, so millionaires compete to have the most exclusive ones. Factors contributing to their price include their pure genetics, with breeders seeking examples with the thickest mane and the rarest colors, from golden to purple fire. They are extremely exclusive. Only multimillionaires can afford their cost, and it is extremely difficult to breed them as they grow slowly and require intensive care. Their diet consists of raw, fresh meat, bones, and high-quality supplements, which can cost $10,000 a year. This dog needs a huge space to de-stress and stay physically active. It is recommended to have a mansion with extensive grounds, or at the very least, a large yard for the dog to constantly have fun, as well as a professional walker to play and walk with him regularly. Because of their energy, many luxury toys will need to be purchased, which can cost up to $2,000, along with veterinary expenses to ensure the health of the animal. People like Alibaba's owner, Jack Ma, have purchased Tibetan Mastiffs for $1.5 million. Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich owns several of these dogs at his mansion, and it is said that various Chinese and Mongolian kings throughout history had them as personal guardians because they considered them a symbol of power. They are known as lion dogs because of their mane, and originally protected Tibetan monasteries from leopards and wolves. In 2014, a purple mastiff named Big Splash was sold for $2 million in China to an anonymous buyer. Next, we have the palm cockatoo that costs $35,000. This majestic bird is extremely rare and can only be found in Australia, Papua New Guinea, and even in Indonesia. Its high price is due to the global scarcity of the species. A special permit is required to acquire it, as it is said to be on the brink of extinction. In addition, the animal has an incredible longevity, with a life expectancy of up to 90 years, and is very intelligent, as it has the ability to perfectly imitate human speech and even learn complete phrases. Having a bird at home for 90 years, absorbing everything that is said, can reveal your biggest secrets, but don't worry. Its food can cost up to $5,000 a year, as it feeds only on tropical fruits, nuts, dried fruits, and supplements. It cannot be treated as a common bird. This bird is extremely expensive and therefore requires a permit to acquire, as its dietary needs are very costly. Also, being jungle animals, when buying it, it is mandatory to acquire a large cage, which in many cases costs over $5,000. For example, Mike Tyson had so much love for exotic animals that he even spent up to $100,000 on one of these birds, and Nicolas Cage owns several rare birds in his collection. They are one of the few birds with a shiny purple beak that changes color when they are excited, and are experts in imitating human sounds perfectly. Moving on to the giant African snail, which can cost up to $10,000. You must be wondering why they are so expensive. This is an extremely rare mutation of the giant African snail, Achatina albino. Its high price is due to its extreme rarity. Due to its demand in the cosmetic industry, where its secretion is used in rejuvenating creams, scientists are studying the properties of this animal, ideal for combating aging and reducing wrinkles. In human skin, the obsession of multimillionaires not to age, and the eccentricity associated with this status symbol among rare animal collectors can drive its price up to $25,000 in the market. To keep it at home, you need to build a luxury terrarium valued at $2,000, equipped with advanced technology to control humidity and temperature and provide a diet of organic vegetables and fresh fruits. It can grow to the size of a hand, and its beard sells for over $300 per bottle to apply in expensive beauty products, automatically making it an ultra-exotic cat. Its specialized diet of raw meat, organic chicken, fish, and whole turkeys for its lunches can cost up to $1,000 a month. They need a mansion with a garden to de-stress, and for example, celebrities like Paris Hilton, who is obsessed with cats, have paid up to $200,000 for one of these specimens. In addition, they can run up to 50 kilometers per hour and are so intelligent that they can learn tricks just like cats. Imagine having a leopard in your house, but one that pampers you like a cat. Go out on the street and everyone will respect you a lot. It's as if you were the lover of the jungle. And furthermore, you have an animal that is not raised in nature, but was bred in a laboratory. It's like having Frankenstein's pet. That's why it has cost up to $500,000 on the market. We move on to the platinum arowana fish, with an incredible cost of up to $1 million. It is considered the most expensive fish in the world and is a status symbol in Asia, especially in China and Indonesia. Its genetic mutation is so rare, as its platinum version is extremely difficult to be seen. The strong belief that this fish attracts good luck and prosperity in Asian culture, as it represents wealth and power, and its breeding is completely controlled, as only a few certified breeders can legally sell them, makes this the world's most expensive fish. If you want to know how to take care of such an expensive animal, you should not take on just anyone. You are dealing with an extremely valuable animal. It feeds only on live fish, insects, crickets, shrimp, and frogs. The aquariums in which these fish are kept can cost up to $500,000, as they have air conditioning systems, reinforced glass, and corals from the same ocean. This fish is so expensive that it has specialized veterinarians, costing $5,000 per year, and they are implanted with a microchip to track them in case of theft, as well as constantly monitoring their health. In addition, the value of this fish is so high that they have a life insurance policy that can cost up to $10,000 per year. Celebrities like Jackie Chan and Asian tycoons, millionaires from China and Indonesia, have invested fortunes in these fish known as talismans. Recently, a single platinum arowana was sold for $400,000 at an auction, and some people even hire security guards to watch over their aquariums and even transport these fish on private planes due to their value, which is comparable to an armored car. Let's move on to the hyacinth macaw, valued at $40,000. It is the rarest and most exotic species in the world. If you wonder why a bird would cost $40,000, it is because it is extremely difficult to find, besides being endangered, and the few existing specimens are in Colombia. However, they have a long life expectancy, exceeding 50 years, making them a lifetime investment. With training and intelligence, they can become sociable, learn to speak, and perform tricks. Imagine having a bird that flies freely around your house, always returning to your room to sleep, showing its intelligence by knowing where to feed and rest, as well as how to find its way in case it gets lost, similar to a cat. Feeding this animal can cost $5,000 annually, and it feeds on clouds from Brazil, tropical fruits, and special seeds. Because they are such beautiful and desired animals, many people build luxury cages with spacious areas and natural branches that can cost up to $50,000. Veterinary expenses and annual inspections total $2,000. For example, Leonardo DiCaprio owns a monkey in his collection of rare monkeys that cost $65,000 and was brought directly from Colombia. This animal is the largest in the world, reaching over 1 meter in length, and can imitate the human voice so perfectly that it can pass for your aunt or grandmother. Some millionaires have even offered them golden spoons as accessories. Next up is the $40,000 albino ball python. Albino ball pythons are an extremely rare mutation of the African royal python, which makes their value skyrocket due to their unique genetics. Their white skin with golden patterns is very rare and highly sought after by collectors and at auctions. Reptile breeders invest large sums in specimens with rare mutations. Moreover, these snakes are easy to care for and docile when domesticated. Therefore, they do not pose a risk of attack against you or your children. However, there are reports of people who played with the animal and ended up being suffocated by it. Justin Bieber acquired a snake for $10,000, while Nicolas Cage spent $60,000 on one of these animals. This species can curl up into a ball when it feels threatened and squeeze extremely tight when it feels under attack. Some albino mutations of this animal can reach up to $200,000. Would you be willing to pay all that for having such a rare snake in your house? Moving on to another image, that of a white tiger. It is important to highlight that white tigers are an extremely rare genetic mutation of the Bengal tiger. Their value is high due to their scarce presence in the world, with only 300 specimens in extinction that are extremely exclusive. They require specialized habitats, extreme care, and have become symbols of power and status among multi-millionaires. Mike Tyson, for example, invested $1 million to acquire a white tiger during his peak in boxing, when he owned a huge mansion in the United States. He built his own private zoo and imported a white tiger from Africa, totaling a cost of $1 million, including import expenses, transportation, and acquisition of the animal. The Sheikh of Dubai also owns several of these tigers in his private zoo and sometimes takes them for a ride in his luxury cars. Many members of the Dubai royal family have acquired white tigers for values that reach $2 million. When they receive visitors from different parts of the world, they make a point of displaying these impressive tigers, treating them as if they were cats. They put them in Bugattis, Ferraris, letting them roam freely around Dubai, as displaying these animals has become a symbol of power, status, and great wealth. Those who see these tigers know that acquiring them is not cheap, and they recognize their owner as someone of great power and influence. Mingling with you can be very dangerous, as by your side you have a predator that can surpass anyone. A white tiger can weigh up to half a ton, and its white fur is due to a recessive genetic mutation. We move on to the most valuable beetle in the world, the Hercules beetle. It costs $150,000, and it is the strongest insect in the world, an object of desire for collectors. But why? Why would something like this, an animal that anyone could find in their home, be so expensive? In Japan, collectors are fascinated by this insect, as giant insects are highly valued. The longevity of this beetle is 2 years, living longer than other insects. Feeding it is quite cheap. It can cost $500 per year, and they can live on any type of plant. But Japanese and Chinese collectors are willing to pay fortunes for these insects, as they are perfect for their collections. This is because it can lift 850 times its own weight, being a giant and flawless insect sold for $150,000. So next time you find a Hercules beetle, keep it, go to China and sell it, and you will become a millionaire. We continue with the greater Moluccan cockatoo, which costs more than $30,000. Also known as the salmon-crested cockatoo, it is one of the most expensive and exotic birds in the world. Its high value is due to its extreme rarity, as it is only found in a small region of Indonesia. Its intelligence and unique personality, from mimicking words to forming strong bonds with its owners as if they were longtime friends, living over 80 years with proper care, make it the perfect companion for lonely multimillionaires. This animal's special diet consists of exotic seeds, dried and tropical fruits, costing over $3,000 annually. Furthermore, the cage must cost at least $5,000 or be very large for the animal to fly. A specialized veterinarian is also necessary, attentive to prevent the cockatoo from dying of infection or viruses. Can you imagine losing $20,000 in such a tragic way? For example, Michael Jackson owned a cockatoo named Snowball, which went viral dancing to music. Nicolas Cage, another exotic animal lover, owns several cockatoos. Michael Jackson's cockatoo, Snowball, cost over $200,000. They are extremely noisy, mimicking human sounds accurately and even reproducing voices of family members. In addition, they exhibit human-like behaviors, being very emotional and can become depressed if they feel lonely or do not receive enough attention. And let's move on to the Louchen dog, which costs over $20,000. Also known as the little lion, it is one of the rarest canine breeds in the world. Its high price is due to the fact that it is only found in select breeders, with only 300 births per year worldwide. These dogs were favorites of European royalty between the 16th and 18th centuries. Lovable, playful and intelligent, they are adorable and therefore have a high value. They are highly appreciated by fashion designers who consider them elegant, peculiar, and beautiful. We have seen models from expensive brands like Versace or Gucci that possess a unique beauty, similar to that of this animal. For example, Madonna spent over $20,000 on a Louchen, whose name means little lion in German. These animals are portrayed in ancient paintings and Renaissance carpets as they were part of the noble history of Europe. Another example is the Caracal cat, with a cost of $20,000. It is a wild feline with long ears and an exotic appearance. Its high price is due to the difficulty of domestication. In many countries, special permits are required to acquire this animal, as it is considered somewhat wild. Its majestic appearance, with sharp black ears that resemble two curls, makes it unique and fascinating. Furthermore, the animal is very strong and fast, being able to jump up to 3 meters in height. However, being carnivores, they need to be fed exclusively with meat. If meat in your region is expensive, be prepared to spend a considerable amount. Keeping such a large, strong, and fast animal can cost up to $1,000 per month. These animals are big and heavy, feeding only on raw, whole birds. Large pieces of raw meat or rodents are the options for the caracol. It is essential to remember that the provided rodents should not be difficult to reach. Otherwise, the animal may become ill. Specialized enclosures for this feline cost around $50,000. Famous and wealthy rappers such as Big Sean have showcased their caracols on social media, which can cost up to $15,000 each. These animals are capable of reaching 50 kilometers per hour in a race and are known as kangaroo cats due to their ability to jump great heights. Another highlight is the capuchin monkey. With an approximate value of $10,000, these monkeys are famous for their intelligence and charisma. They are often trafficked on the black market, resulting in many illegal acquisitions. In addition to being extremely funny, you may have already seen them circulating on the internet. However, it is worth noting that it is impossible to resist having one of these animals. They can solve complex problems and learn human tricks, being even used in highly successful film productions, such as the Pirates of the Caribbean films in France. Due to their similarity to humans, capuchin monkeys require a lot of space and mental stimulation. Keeping these animals confined can result in suffering similar to that of a 5-year-old child locked in an airless environment, possibly leading to death from depression. The specialized diet of the animal is also costly, as it can only feed on insects, exotic fruits, and vegetables. They also need a luxurious room, or at the very least a very spacious one, to move around, walk, and like any other human being, experience new and different things every day so as not to feel isolated from the world. Michael Jackson made this primate called Bubbles world famous by acquiring him. Justin Bieber tried to have one of these animals, but he almost got arrested because it was confiscated in Germany. This is because it is illegal to own them in many parts of the world, and if they do not receive the proper vaccines, they can transmit very dangerous diseases and deadly viruses to humans. Considered the most intelligent primates after great apes, millionaires who acquire them have exclusive rooms built for them and rely on customized chefs to feed them as they wish. Moving on to the Samoyed, an authentic and original specimen of this breed can cost up to $14,000. Its thick, white, weather-resistant coat, along with its sweet, loyal and friendly temperament, also known as smiling dogs, and the need for intensive care, combined with a diet that can reach $3,000 a year, make this animal one of the most expensive in the world. Oprah Winfrey, one of the richest women in the world, shelled out $36,000 to acquire one of these Samoyeds. Due to its waterproof fur, it is rare for its skin to come into contact with water, and its cold resistance is also remarkable. They always seem to be smiling, which enchants any buyer, as it conveys the feeling of having an extremely sweet and affectionate animal. Finally, we have the harpy eagle, which can cost up to $30,000. It is one of the largest and most powerful birds of prey in the world. Its high value is justified by the extreme rarity of finding it in tropical jungles and by the strict regulations related to its ownership. The immense strength of this animal not only allows it to easily hunt prey, such as monkeys and fragile bones, but also to attack dogs and any other animal that gets in its way. A symbol of majesty and grandeur, the eagle is considered one of the most magnificent birds in the world. Keeping an eagle alive requires specialized diet that exceeds $5,000 annually, involving the feeding of small mammals, birds, and reptiles. Eagles can end up ingesting snakes of various non-venomous species, but if their diet is not followed, the eagle suffers from malnutrition, illness, and death. In Dubai, there are Arab millionaires who own private reserves of these birds, capable of subduing prey up to 9 kilograms, known as the King of Eagles for its magnificence and strength. Moving on to the lemur from Madagascar, which exceeds $20,000 in cost, it is a unique species in the world. Its genetic mutations are extremely rare. In adulthood, this animal can change the color of its fur and generally have bright and intelligent personalities. Excellent imitators of human speech, they reproduce in a unique way, being one of the few lemurs in the world with prolonged fertilization. They maintain an exclusive diet that exceeds $2,500 annually, ranging from tropical fruits to pure nectar. The financial and operational impact of obtaining pure nectar from flowers to feed this animal is something to be considered. Such is the intelligence of this being that it can solve complex puzzles when challenged. And we move on to the Frisian horse. With a cost that can exceed $200,000, the Frisian horse is one of the most elegant and exclusive breeds in the market. Its high value is due to its pure and select blood lineage, requiring impeccable genealogy and unparalleled majesty in its movements. This horse is highly appreciated in Domus exhibitions, but is rarely found for sale. Acquisition of a specimen requires certification and also demands a premium diet, costing around $10,000 per year to ensure maximum feeding quality. Additionally, special supplements are required, a luxurious stable of $200,000, veterinary expenses that exceed $15,000, and daily training to maintain muscular tone. Famous figures like Kim Kardashian have acquired specimens of this noble breed, which were originally used in medieval battles due to their imposing strength. Speaking now about the Bengal cat, did you know that specimens of this breed have been sold for up to $45,000. It is a hybrid between the domestic cat and the Asian leopard, whose high value is due to its wild appearance combined with a domesticated behavior, which attracts many millionaires. These animals provide the sensation of being wild, but are completely docile. They have a unique coat that resembles a miniature leopard, and due to high demand and low supply, their prices reach astronomical values. Being a feline, the Bengal cat's diet is exclusively carnivorous, resulting in an annual feeding cost of around $3,000. Paris Hilton acquired a Bengal cat for her collection of exclusive pets. Also added to the collection was a panther chameleon, whose value can exceed $15,000, being one of the most colorful reptiles in the world due to intense and changing colors, making it rare on the market and available only from specialized breeders. Despite its brief life, it has a high value. These chameleons feed on live insects, which can cost over $2,500 per year and require terrariums with controlled temperature, whose value can reach up to $8,000. Actor Leonardo DiCaprio was seen with one of these rare specimens. These animals have the unique ability to rapidly change color, with eyes that move discreetly and independently. This camouflage ability is unique to chameleons, which also change color according to their mood and perceived threats. Ahead, we have a red kangaroo, whose value exceeds $30,000. As the largest and most powerful of its species, it requires large spaces and is known for its impressive strength, superior to that of a boxer due to its powerful paws. Its difficult nature of domestication makes this animal incredibly expensive. Physical fights between people and kangaroos are reported, in which they exchange punches like boxers or martial arts experts, and in other situations, they engage in warm-ups. They drag their prey into the water, whether humans or dogs, seeking to tire them in the water or even submerging their heads to warm up and later kill them. This animal is quite interesting, being able to leap up to 3 meters in height and reach speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. I can't imagine who would want a purple kangaroo as a pet after all. It couldn't even be walked, and in many countries, it is illegal to own such an animal as a pet. Moving on to the most expensive fish in the world, the golden koi fish is widely valued in the Asian community, even having its own animes and making appearances in Pokemon. This animal is considered legendary in Asian culture and, believe it or not, has been sold for over $2 million. Considered a symbol of fortune in Asia, its high price is due to the fact that only specialized breeders in Japan can commercialize it. With unique color patterns, beauty contests were held in which specimens were sold for millions of dollars. Everyone seems obsessed with the animal and its unique characteristics. Several Japanese businessmen and Chinese multimillionaires have acquired this golden koi fish for over $1 million, and recently, at an auction, it was sold for $2 million. One curiosity about this animal is that it can recognize its owner and follow them in the water. It's like having a dog, but in the aquatic version, because it seeks to love you in the same way a dog loves its owner. In addition, many people acquire them believing that they attract wealth, believing that the energy of this animal can help them become millionaires. This is the golden koi fish. You can acquire one of these animals for $27,000 to $67,000. The fennec fox, or desert fox, is one of the smallest and most exotic foxes. In fact, it is legal in several countries and, although not common pets, its adorable appearance and those large ears make it quite attractive. It has strict regulations, as its trade is controlled in several countries. It needs to be fed an omnivorous diet, costing $2,500 per year, including lean meat, fruits, vegetables, and insects. Only oil sheikhs, multimillionaire collectors from Dubai, and entrepreneurs from the United States have managed to obtain special permits and cover the amount needed to acquire a fennec fox. These animals are able to survive extreme conditions, enduring long periods without water, and their ears are useful for regulating their body temperature. They are very intelligent and extremely independent. In certain regions, such as in India and Indonesia, extremely poor families have acquired elephants, and some of these animals have caused chaos when frightened by loud noises or bright lights, resulting in disorderly escapes and accidents with those who cross their paths. Foxes are extremely intelligent animals and possess an incredible memory. In some countries, they have been adorned with jewels and golden paintings, even wearing thick gold chains, as they represent the manifestation of their goddess Ganesha.